Well, good morning, everybody. 8:47. We're breaking into your coverage this morning. The University of Texas head men's basketball coach Chris Beard was arrested and charged with assault on a family member early this morning. This is absolutely breaking, according to the Austin Police Department. This happened again earlier this morning. Investigative reporter Tony Plohetski is the one who broke this news on Twitter this morning and joins us live on the phone. Tony, walk me through what you found out and how you found out.
So, Rob, certainly this information is sending shockwaves throughout the sports community this morning, but authorities confirmed that they received a 911 call at 2:07 this morning from a home in Terrytown. That call was characterized as a disturbance urgent call. That is how police responded. And when they got there, we are told that they soon arrested Chris Beard and charged him with assault on a family member. According to police, this alleged assault involves the choking of a person inside that home. What I can tell you right now is that Chris Beard remains in the Travis County Jail that is in downtown Austin. Rob, he has not yet seen a judge to have his bond set. That is a process that can take several hours once a person is actually booked into jail. We know that Beard was booked in around 4 o'clock this morning, so he will likely remain in the jail for several hours again until his bond is set and he can possibly meet the term for his release and walk out of jail later today. But again, we're trying to learn the details, more about the details about what exactly is alleged. We have this morning heard from the University of Texas. They do confirm that they are aware of the situation and that they are monitoring the legal process at this time, Rob.
You've followed, obviously, several arrests of individuals, maybe not this high profile, but what is the normal process, bond being set? Is that an instant thing where they just can get out? In this case, the coach could possibly get out as soon as early this morning, or is this something that might take a little bit longer?
Yeah, so let me tell you exactly what is happening inside the jail right now. Authorities are trying to determine whether or not Coach Beard may meet the terms for being released on a personal bond, where he would just pay a very nominal fee and be released. It is very typical in situations like this, particularly involving allegations of family violence, for a judge to put strict orders on that person. So, for example, they likely will face a stay-away order, meaning that they are not allowed to have any sort of contact or be in physical proximity of an alleged victim. In this case, that is very typical in these types of family assault allegations. In addition to that, he may also have to, in some cases, wear an ankle monitor. Again, if that is the case, he may also may actually have to pay a bond. That is what a judge will have to decide sometime today, in which he may have to pay some degree of money in order for him to be released from jail. Again, those are the types of decisions that are being made. But, Rob, it is important to note that this is a felony charge. This is a third-degree felony charge by which a person who is convicted can face up to 10 years in prison. But again, we're a long way from that. We're still just in the very early stages of trying to figure out the exact nature of the allegations. Again, this does involve an allegation of choking, but beyond that, we really do not know additional information at this time.
And it does obviously change it dramatically, going from a misdemeanor to a felony. Obviously, we're speculating being this early, but the personal bond, do you have any, in your experience, you followed this obviously for years, for cases like this, what that bond would be in a felony, for example, third-degree felony like this?
Yeah, it's not uncommon at all, particularly here in Travis County, for a person to be released on a personal bond. Obviously, the more serious the offense, those are the types of considerations that a judge would make in terms of whether or not to issue someone a personal bond and allow them to be released on a personal bond. But again, once he is released, this is a process that could take some period of time to wind its way through the judicial system, through the criminal justice system here in Travis County to see what an outcome may be, whether or not there could be a plea, whether or not it could possibly go to trial. Again, those are all decisions that would be made sometime down the line. We're way too early really to be talking about how this case could go. But again, we know that he does remain in jail here in Travis County this morning.
Again, we are speculating, but these cases, if you're talking about felonies, how long is the process normally from start to finish if it does, in fact, go to trial, for example, in your history, in your experience?
Oh, this is a process that can take some period of time. We're talking maybe up to a couple of years. In some cases, of course, we also know that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is now a traffic jam, a backlog of cases in the criminal justice system. So it is definitely possible that this is not something that may be resolved in short order, depending on how it goes.
All right.
Rob, I also want to point out that after a person is arrested, prosecutors will then review the information as well to determine how they want to proceed with the case. We have seen cases, be dropped at that point when they are screened by prosecutors. That is not typical. Typically, though, if prosecutors have reason to believe that if probable cause exists, those cases do go forward. But again, this is a process that will now take a period of time, potentially a substantial period of time.
Tony Plohetski, again, breaking the news this morning that UT basketball coach Chris Beard was arrested, assault on a family member. That is a felony. We're going to follow you on Twitter. He's got the latest, obviously. Tony Plohetski, KVUE's Tony Plohetski, thank you very much. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.